Alright, we're going to try to record in this and see how long it actually goes. So today I'm talking about physics and pressure. So pressure for physics is measured in newtons per meter squared. So this is a force divided by an area. And this is given in the unit of, this unit is called pascals. So this brings into some other things to know about pressure. First of all, it has many names. It can be called bars. It can become in atmospheres and many other measurements. So it has a lot of variations on what it can be. Some other things about pressure to understand are where pressure actually comes from. And pressure is just from, so we have molecules in the air, and it's the collisions between these molecules, and they hit other things, and that is what causes the pressure. And it's a mass with a velocity, or mass with an acceleration, and that's what causes a force to happen, and that presses on a little plate, and that little plate will measure how many collisions it gets and spit that out as a force, and so that's how we can measure pressure. But it's just the collisions between these objects that make the pressure. Also, there's an understanding that pressure happens in a 3D space. So in the atmosphere that we live in, we are under 1 atmosphere is the amount of pressure we're under. But the pressure, if you put your hand under your other hand, it doesn't like become in a pressure vacuum. That's because pressure works in a 3-dimensional area. Also, a last final thing to know about pressure. A atmosphere is about 101,300 pascals. So when we get a pascal of like 3,000, that's not very much compared to a normal atmospheric pressure. The reason we don't feel this amount of pressure is because we're used to it, and so we've been undergoing this amount of pressure for a long amount of time. So that's kind of some stuff to know about pressure. Once again, pay attention to the units. We talked about dimensional analysis, and so that's going to be a huge factor in this, but that's just basics on pressure for physics.